Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics and puppy and kitties. Okay, this episode we're going to get some work done on the El Camino so we can make it so it's dependable. It runs and drives, but okay, you start it up and it'll run rough for about a minute. Then after that, it runs fine. So I think it's probably the choke. Worst case scenario, we'll have to take the carburetor apart. It's just a little 2-barrel. I'd sure like to put a 4-barrel and intake on it, but we're not gonna do that. I would if I kept it, but we're gonna fix it up, get it presentable enough to sell, or put it up for sale. If nobody buys it, screw it, I'll just keep it, because I'm not going to let it go dirt cheap. We also got the 77 Malibu here. This got a nice Edelbrock intake and 4-barrel on it. Be nice to take that off and put it on this, but that runs great. And if I don't fix this car up, I'm going to be using that engine transmission for another car, so I don't want to be playing you know, musical chairs with all these parts here and taking them off and putting them back on and rounding up. So we'll just wait. Okay, so what does this need now to get it presentable? Well, okay, go over these tires. I got these tires and rims, well, the rims from this IROC here, because I bought this set of rims for 150 bucks, rims and tires. And so I put them on the IROC because we're gonna fix this up sometime. It ain't worth a whole lot. It's kind of like these cars are not worth a lot, but we'll eventually get to it. So the chrome rims, they're all peeling. This one's not too bad, but they were all leaking. Okay, maybe one wasn't, and it must be the left front. The rest of them just slowly leaks. This one's the worst. Now these tires are not off the IROC. I threw all them out. These are different tires that I had, so it isn't the tire that's leaking, it's the rim. And somebody says, oh, why don't you paint in here? Well, look, it's all peeling. You can't just paint over that, and you can't sand it smooth. It's chrome, so we're just going to leave that like that. So we got 3 tires, this one, and this rear one that's leaking. So I bought, and I got other cars that were leaking too, other tires. This one here, leaking around the rim. Okay, so I bought this big old can. I didn't realize how big it was. It's a big old can of bead sealer. And this thing's a little brush. Screw that out. So that's what I did with that tire off the gold Malibu. So that's what we're gonna do, because when I changed tires on this, I cleaned up all the rim. I mean, I didn't look at them real close, but I, you know, felt it. There wasn't no big rust pits or nothing in it, so I don't know. And I did check them for leaks with the water hose, but I must have missed some bubbles coming up, and they got to be leaking from around the edges. So we're going to take 3 tires off and do that, just so they don't leak. I can't stand having a car sitting here and then the tires go flat and you gotta... Okay, so that's the first, well, that's one thing we gotta do. I've been saying we're gonna get a little bit more red paint. You know, I touched up this bed and over here with some red paint that I had. It's not the exact same color, but we're gonna mix some up and paint these edges here, the seam sealer. This smuggler's box is not leaking at all. Then we're going to paint these mirrors. They're all pitted so bad. You know, I buffed the car out. It's all dirty and stuff now. It's just nasty because I'm bordered by 3 dirt roads. So we're going to sand and mask these 2 mirrors. I should probably take the door panel off and tighten that up. I didn't even realize that. So that mirror and this mirror here, you can see it's all. So we'll paint the 2 mirrors, touch up the bed, and I think that's it. Presentable part. We may put a little bit of clear over it, or you know, you can just wax. You can. It's all I got is base coat. You can wax base coat, but it won't last very long. Okay, that's another thing we got to get done. Okay, I have this. I don't know if it's a Flowmaster or not, but it sounds great. Sounds like a Flowmaster. They come off this parts truck that I use the LS motor transmission for the Nomad, and this one here is just stock muffler. Let me grab something. We'll get underneath there. Grab a piece of cardboard. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but it's just was raining and stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna, well, measure it here, but probably just cut it off here with a Sawzall. Probably just leave these 2 pipes on there. They may be too long, but we can always cut them here. This is just it went up too far. Okay, this is just a stock muffler. It just sounds stock there, and then it's just cut off right below the axle, and then there's a, I can't really, let me get up here a little bit farther. Got a clamp and a hanger right here, so we'll have the new muffler ending right here, like this one. Have the 2 pipes come down. Okay, so we'll measure it out and put it in here somewhere. Put it up in here somewhere. So we'll get that done. I know it doesn't really need it or anything, but I got it and it's free. All it'll take is a little welding wire to weld it up, and it'll sound much better. If I keep it, I'd rather have it sounding like that. Okay, so we got that to do. The carburetor, I'll mess around with that. I haven't checked to see if they actually make these covers still. This dash cover here, it just lifts off. It's not glued on or nothing. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with this 77 Malibu Classic, but I'm not restoring it. It'll probably just be sold as is. So I think we're going to take this cover off and paint it satin black, and put it in the El Camino. You may take out all this trim on the El Camino is deteriorated. All this and this, and we're gonna see. And this is in pretty good shape, although it's, you know, beige color. But we can paint all that black. This is different here. The El Camino one ends right here, and then it's got one big piece coming up. So if we use this, we'll have to cut it here. But we're going to make sure that this fits first. Make sure it's the same contour and everything. It should be, but we got one. Well, we may not do the sun visors. This one here is ripped. It's kind of splitting right here too. So I don't know. Probably not the sun visors. But I'd like to get this little trim in this dash cover, paint them flat black, put them in there. I think that's all we can rub off this for now that I can think of. I made a video on this, so or actually 2 videos if y'all want to watch them, if you haven't already. About 70 degrees out today, guys. January, I don't know what the date is. Anyway, you can see all this deteriorated here. I put some silicone up here in the windshield. You can see all this deteriorated. Just look at it. Just nasty. Same with this pillar. Same with the other side's missing. But you can see where it ends here, and then this big piece. So we'll use, where's that? That might be a separate piece. Anyway, we'll see if the Malibu one fits in here. Okay, these sun visors I got off of Dodge and just kind of rigged them on there. And it's got like 2 screws instead of 3. Okay, the headliner's good shape. Okay, so yeah, this would bug me here. And then the dash, this is a maroon, we can either stick that on the 77 or just save it for another car or something. Like I said, I haven't checked if they make dash covers for this, but that one in the 77 will look much better than this old faded out carpety looking thing. Okay, so we'll get that done. The windshield, like I said, I sealed it up here, but I think we're gonna go ahead and take this chrome off, because I seen some condensation on the inside of the windshield over here. I hope the clips don't break, but they probably will. But I think we'll take this chrome off and just seal it up with silicone, clean it out, pressure wash it all, get all the old leaves and dirt out of there that's most likely in there. Silicone it up real good and stick these moldings back on so that way it won't leak. And it's been leaking. Now it does have that black, but it's been rusting out down here. We're gonna get the VIN numbers. The VIN number's a separate piece of metal, and you can still see that. So we're gonna get some rust neutralizer and spread it on there just so you can see it better and keep it from further rusting. This is not a crack. I don't know what this is right here. I think it must be a crack in the or a split in the plastic that's sandwiched together, because it's not a crack. I don't know. We're just gonna leave that. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, the new signal sockets that I've been meaning to put on too. These 2 sockets, I thought they were 10 bucks for 2. They were about 9 bucks each. And they're gonna go in the front here. And yeah, they're not broke. See, this Malibu one here is broke right there. They're both orangey yellow. These ones are faded out real bad. They're almost white, so we'll have to stick in some yellow bulbs. Okay, so there's that little job too. There's a whole bunch of little jobs that are gonna just add up to a whole bunch of time-consuming crap. There's only one upholstery guy in the nearest town around here, and he works doctor's hours, and it's been years since I've talked to him. He's probably retired now, and he never worked very much anyway. But I think I'm gonna put an ad out on Facebook Marketplace and see if there's an upholstery guy around here. Maybe some guy does it in his garage. Because I can't find nothing. I can't find the right seat covers for the bottom and the tops, and then this thing here. But you know, I don't mind spending a couple of $100, but if it's going to be something ridiculous, I don't know. You guys said I'll just throw a blanket over it, but you know, I'd like to recover the seat and the carpet, put new carpet in it. We're going to do a leak test. I haven't checked, and I don't think it's rained since put on all these new rubber door seals, roof rail seals, and the door seals. I haven't checked it. I haven't really done a leak test. So we're going to, I'll grab my pressure washer over here and we'll spray her down real good and see if she leaks. Okay, so I think that's what we got to do to this. I'm not going to wash and wax it again or anything until it's completely ready to sell, because it'll just get dirty like this after a few days, so there's no use keeping it. But you know, if y'all seen the video, the last video on this, we buffed it out. It looks pretty damn good buffed out. So all we got to do is just run over it, wash it, and then run over it with the light pad with some wax, and it'll look, you know, brand new again. And the hood's not the best, although it's all dirty now. Somebody said, oh, paint the hood flat black. Well, if the hood was in worse shape, yeah, I would. But no, it looks good for what it is. Looks good, better than all faded out. Okay, so I think that's all the stuff here, guys. So I'll come back when we get each little job accomplished here. I think I'm gonna do this muffler first so I can get it off the ramps. Oh, the battery. I fried the battery. It was a side post. Wasn't any good anyway. But this 77 here has been converted to a top post. But I thought I tried fitting a top post in this one, but it was too big. Anyway, I might, well, Walmart, they used to be $49.99 for the cheapest batteries, side post or top. I think I seen them the other day. They were $59.99. So I may go get a new battery. This battery in here was from a junk car, but it was, you know, not even a year old, like 8 months old or something. It works perfect. So I might put a good battery in this instead of swapping them around and charging them up all the time. And if I come across another one with a half decent battery, I'll stick it in there and then use the new battery for one of the cars that I keep, that type of thing. Okay, so we may do that too. Get under the hood, see if there's anything else. I just went over it quickly. I mean, like the wires and the vacuum lines and everything. And the vacuum lines to operate the heater control and all that, they're all eaten up by the rats. I don't know whether I want to pull all that out of this and put it in this one. I might, but we'll check that real good. I think there's probably other stuff like the wiper motor, windshield washer fluid hoses are probably all eaten up and stuff. We'll do some more stuff under the hood. All the main stuff is done. We did a big tune-up on the first video. Plugs, wires, cap, rotor, you name it, oil change. We did a lot of stuff to it. Now we just got to go over and get the little stuff. Okay, so okay guys, well I think that's all that that I got on the agenda for this. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, yeah, it is a Flowmaster. It says Flowmaster right here. Okay, and then here's the factory type one here. Thought maybe this would be full of mouse shit, because that's what the car was filled up with, mouse shit. But anyway, we're gonna see if we can see how that fits. And that pipe is not very good. I don't know how good I can weld on that. It's right here, and then it curves and almost hits the drive shaft. So anyway, see if she can fit in there. I'll be back. Okay guys, she's on there. She's a lot louder than I thought. working either, so it's just one of the loudest, probably the loudest one. Might be just because it's cold. But yeah, she's loud. Okay. The choke is working. Oh, that blew off again. That's probably why. Uh-oh. Oh, it's an overflow. I don't have a real tight. I have to look. I got some more. But that blew off. But I had one on there, and that one blew off too. I had one on here. So let me get some tighter ones for that. And they're gonna run a little bit better. And then that blew off. Okay, I fixed some wires here. This one, chewed up by rats. This one, and then this one going to the alternator. I use these, buy this little kit off of eBay. You put them on the wires and use a heat gun right there. Heat it up, it heats the solder, melts the solder into the two wires, and then seals it up on both ends. So we got that. These are the vacuum lines here. See these three? There may be more, but see, the rats ate them up. They go up underneath the dash to the temperature control. And they go up into, I don't know, one's here. Figure out where the other ones go. But we're not going to rob them off the other 77 Malibu just yet. And then we need a ground. Rats, sharp teeth, they chewed the ground right off. So I have to round up another ground. These are the windshield washer fluid things. I'm not too worried about that, but now where the jug is, oh, it's over there. Yeah, it's hanging right there. Goes to here, and this one goes to here. I don't know if I got any of them, but anyway, yeah, that's what's left. Okay, we'll move on to something else. See if we can get these a little bit better. I got another pack of those, what I just did with them. Another pack of those caps. Okay, so I'll be back. I'll probably do the sockets here since I'm doing some electrical. Solder them in there. And we'll get on to some more stuff. I'll be back. Okay, guys. Here's the old one. The little deal. So it's all fucked up. Okay. I don't know what happened to that bulb. I just put it in there. Okay. So I used the little solder things, connections here. Soldered them in. Although these two were white and brown, and I didn't know where them went. Hopefully it didn't cause this bulb to. Anyway, yeah, I checked that works. We'll do the other side and plug them in and tie up the excess wires. Could have cut them shorter, I guess, but anyway, that'll be that little job done. So I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got this chrome off. I use this little tool here, and you reach underneath the chrome and grab it right there and bend it back. Wiggle the chrome and it'll come off. Luckily I didn't break any of these. Usually they're all rusted out. Okay, this is part of the vinyl roof here. These little pieces here. I'm gonna take a razor blade, get all that off there, clean out this real good, and then we're going to power wash it all. And let's get on the other side and see. I think it's leaking. Might be leaking in here, but we're just going to pack it full of silicone. Stick the chrome back on there. Yeah, we're just going to take all this stuff off. Okay, so yeah, we're going to power wash that off. And then around the windows, back window. I know it's not leaking here. It may be the back window, but I doubt it. I never did see any water drops in that. If it is leaking, we'll have to do it the same thing on the back window, but I don't believe it is. So yeah, let me clean this up and I'll be back. Okay. And we're going to blow some air. Get the air hose and blow a bunch of air and dry up that water before the silicone. Test out the new weather strip and the new belt molding. Anyway, let me do the whole car and I'll be back. Okay guys, it's leaking pretty good right here. It's going right in there. And then this with the new roof weather strip, and it doesn't fit quite right there. It's leaking in there. You can see it on the inside of the window right here. See? So I don't know, that's the factory trim groove right there. And for some reason, unless it's a screw up from the factory or something, it needs to come out more to hug that window. Now I might have to take that apart and put something in behind there. But yeah, you can see it all here. This is from the right here. And then that's from here. Now, I think that must be from right in here. I sprayed down this back window pretty good, cleaned it out. See, and you can, that's why I sprayed a little red paint over there. They just wiped off with the sprayer. I'll do it again. That's why I don't, you know, like Dan from DD Speed Shop and other guys, they want their patina, and they spray a little primer and spray a little paint, and oh yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it looks great till you wash it, and then it all just comes off. I mean, spend all that time on some perfect patina finish. It ain't worth the shit. See, I don't see any drips. Right there. I don't know where that's coming in. Doesn't look like it's coming in here. Yeah, see, there's water in there. So we're gonna see. I put some sealer here, but there's two layers there. It goes up and around. It's hard to get it. I may silicone it again once I take this trim off. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna blow some air in here and seal that up with silicone. See, this side here is perfect. Just the other side where this mounts to is indented. Maybe it just got screwed up. Somebody. But yeah, there's, you know, Unless the water's leaking up here and flowing to the back. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll do that. We'll silicone it up, let it dry, you know, try it again tomorrow or something with a water test and do this. Okay, so anyway, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I packed it full of silicone. I should do a little bit more, right? Fill up them little holes there. Okay, I ran out of clear, and this is white, but I used 100% silicone there. So, okay, I'm gonna put the trim back on, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, about to wrap it up for the day. Tomorrow we're gonna sand paint the mirrors. I sanded them, and spray a little paint around the edges there. And yeah, I could paint them flat black, and I would if I wasn't going to mix up some red paint for the bed anyway. So it's just going to go red. Okay, I got this pad loose. It's not even siliconed in or nothing. Okay. That's how the dash looks on that. But, oh, let's see what it says here. Accuform. Yeah, that's the name, brand, company. 73 to 77. Can't really see the date on that. Okay, they do still make these for these cars. You know how much they are? 250 bucks delivered. 200 plus 50 deliver it. That's all that was listed. That's what was listed on eBay. So we're going to sand this down, paint that flat black, satin black. Same with these trim I showed you earlier. I can do a cold start on this. This thing runs so good. First crank. I just made a video on this there if anybody wants to buy it. If Art doesn't, if I don't hear from Art, probably sell this thing as is. Now we got the carpet. I just wanted to pull this out and show y'all for now. Yeah, I wish I could see the date on that. Anyway. Yeah, I think it came black and they painted it gold. This, I pulled this out and filled it all with silicone in behind here. So it's like pushed into the groove up to here and here. So that's the way it's supposed to be. Now it might get a little bit of water in there because the glass is broke right there. But anyway, I got that kind of sitting there. I don't even want to open that side. Anyway, this carpet cover here, we can always take that off, clean it, and spray it black with some fabric black and stick it in that car. But yeah, we're gonna save 250 bucks. So I mean, this is the main objective here is to get this one ready to sell. This one I'm gonna sell it as is. Okay, so we can do that, but that'll be a video on this car if we do another one on it. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow. We'll paint those mirrors, a little paint on the inside of the bed, get a dash cover and a trim off, paint it all flat black, and then mount all that stuff inside, and we'll get that taken care of. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay guys, just got back from Wally Mart. Yeah, the battery's gone up. Last time I bought them were $49.99, now they're $59.99. And I bought a can of tune-up stuff. I'm gonna put probably half of that in the gas tank because it's only got a couple gallons of gas, and then the rest in later. Okay, so let me put that in, and then we'll get to masking and painting the mirrors. I'll be back. Okay guys, got a little red paint mixed up. Got this all masked on. We're gonna probably put about 3 coats on the mirrors and a couple of coats on the sealer here. Okay, so let me do that and I will be back. Okay guys, I got the mirrors painted. Now that's just base coat. Base coat is not UV resistant. That's why you got to use clear. I got some clear, but I didn't really want to mix any up with some hardener and all that. So this can of clear spray can's been hanging around my shop for, I don't think it's going to spray very good. Been probably 10-20 years. I don't know if I even want to risk putting it on there, but there it goes. It can always be buffed out, but just put a couple of quick coats of that on there, maybe help with the protection. Okay, painted around the seam sealer there. Put a little bit more paint up there. This mirror. Yeah, it's not spraying worth a damn. It's spraying like it's a can of WD-40 or something, but okay, let me put a couple more coats of that on there. Okay, I got this tire off. This is the worst one for leaking. It'll leak after a day or so. I water tested them before and I couldn't tell where they're leaking from, so spray some water around the edges. This tire here would go flat after 1 day, and it was just little bubbles coming around the outside of the rim. So I used that stuff. I think I already showed you. Stuff I got off eBay for 18 bucks. I don't know how many tires it can probably use 20-30 tires it's good for. So most likely we're going to use that unless there's a nail hole or something in it, but I kind of doubt it. So I'm going to pop it off. I got the tire machine right there. I'm going to pop it off the rim and clean it up, take a look, and just put some of that bead sealer around it. Then of course we got the other ones here. This rear one here leaks not as much, and same with this one. Okay, so let me do that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I did the back. Now this is the front. I just popped it loose from the rim, and this thing's got a brush, so you just brush it around the edges of that and the tire. So that's what I did. I did the water test. There was just the smallest little trickle of bubbles coming out of this side. But I remember when I mounted them, I think they were leaking, and I put some silicone around it, around the back anyway. So anyway, I coated the front and the back, and we'll air it up and see how long see if it'll last. I'll be back. Okay guys, we got that on there. We'll see if it'll hold air like the other one. The other one's been going on 3 or 4 days now, and it's still full of air. So I think that's what it was. Okay, I did read the sticker on this. You had to really look. That sticker there, 1990. Do you believe that? 1990. It's in great shape, other than it's got a little rip right there, which you won't even be able to see. Somebody might have done that trying to pull it out. Yeah, like me. I don't know. But if that was put on in 1990, this car was only 13 years old, right? 77, 87, 90. And look at that dash. Look how shitty it is. That happened in 13 years. Then this has been on there since 1990. That's 33 years ago. And there's not a crack on there. Or nothing. I think this AccuForm needs to be making dash pads for GM. But yeah, look at that garbage. Okay, so we're fixing to, I'm gonna take some 400 wet and dry sandpaper, bucket of water, and I'm gonna wet sand that, and then we'll spray some black paint. I took this off. They had 2 screws, one here, one on the other side. So see how all fading crap that is. So if I do decide to sell that car and it doesn't end up a parts car, we can spray that black and stick it on there. Okay, so this dash, same thing, it's in shitty shape. Yeah, take a razor blade and I'm gonna scrape all these little Velcro things off. And then we gotta use a knife and cut all that's protruding up. Get it flat. This would be a good dash to take off and fix it up like I did the Nova one. Cut it all up, Bondo and fiberglass type stuff and everything. But we got the dash cover for it, so we're just gonna fix this, and then I'm gonna spray some rust spray down in here to cover up the rusted areas so they don't get any worse. Okay, so let me do that. This wood grain is pretty good shape, just dirty. It's all dirty in here. But yeah, the other one looks really nice on the other car, but we don't have to take any of that off. I don't know, maybe the shifter deal here. Maybe paint this flat black. Do a little bit more cleaning up. Okay, let's get the dash pad done, and then we'll work on this trim here. So I'll be back. Okay guys, here it is. Got it all sanded down, but we're going to use some Bulldog adhesion promoter. A little dribble left in that can, then I got a new can here. Then we're going to put some black. I thought it was called Hot Rod Black, but vintage matte black. Okay, so I got that ready to go. We just got a little. Now you have to put about a can of, or a coat of this on there. I'd have enough just to do this. I think I'll have to use the other can. I was going to fix that with JB Weld, but okay. Let that dry just a bit. It shouldn't drip or anything. It should dry flat. Okay, let me come back in a minute and we'll spray the black. Okay, got my little cheap Harbor Freight gun here. We'll put, I don't know, I didn't mix up very much, but 2 or 3 coats be good enough. Might need a little bit more air pressure than that, but can't do it with one hand. Anyway, I'm going to put 2 or 3 coats on that. Let her dry real good, and we'll come back tomorrow, put that on there, see if that trim will fit, see if there's a difference between a coupe and a El Camino. Don't worry about the tires over there. That'll be on the next video, which I'm just got the tires and rim in for the Nomad. Ready to get them mounted and put on there, so that'll be the next video after this one. But yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and do that. There's a new battery. I don't know, I may leave it in there or put it in my truck. My truck, it goes dead after a couple of weeks. May put that in there and put the other one in here, but right now we got this one and this one. Just hop in them, start right up, and we can move them around, do whatever we want with them. So yeah, okay, so yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and I'll clean this dash up. Like I said, cut it, take those deals off there, fit the see the rust in here. We'll spray some rust neutralizer in there. Scrape the inside here, that silicone, we'll scrape that off, clean it all up real good, clean up the dash real good, all the gauges, the plastics and everything, and see how she looks with that new cover on there, or 33-year-old new cover. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow. Okay guys, here's the trim pieces for the from the 77. This one was from the El Camino. The other side was no good, so had to cut that. But anyway, they're the same. Here's the old pieces here, is all torn up. And then I've been cutting the dash, trying to get it flush, but down here you really can't get at it. But I don't know how it'll look down there. Probably won't look too bad. Anyway, I got most of this all flattened out, kind of cleaned up, took all the old trim off. So I'm fixing to clean them up and paint them black. Then I'll be back tomorrow and we'll put the whole stuff on there, dash and the trim, and that'll probably wrap up this video. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Okay guys, I got them painted and in there. There's the trim here, these pieces, and then the one across the top. And that one, I don't know, that one, I don't know if I should repaint that or what. Anyway, the cover fits in there pretty good. I think you're supposed to put a little dab of silicone around, as it like just needs to be pushed in like that. But I may just let it sit here. See right there, just a little dab of silicone or something there, but I want to let it sit in the sun. Maybe the sun will shape it a little bit. Maybe the shape was off from the other one. So I think that's it. I cleaned up the dash, some Windex a little bit. Yeah, I think it looks a hell of a lot better than it did. Better than that carpet stuff that was on there. Do a cold start to it. See if, oh, I did, had a box of black vacuum stopper plugger things there that Steve Harris sent me. So thanks, Steve. He sent me that when I was doing the Nova. I knew I had some around somewhere. So yeah, all the I think that was it. Just the vacuum deals were open. puppy's barking because she wants to go for a ride. Okay guys, so I think that's it for this video. We got quite a bit done. Knocked off a lot of little stuff that's been bugging me, like the, you know, painting the mirrors and all that. So yeah, we knocked some out, but I just wrote out another list last night that it should. Hey puppy, you gonna say hi to everybody? Pup, say hi. I didn't bring it with me. I should have brought the list. But a hell of a lot better than it did. This tire's still holding there. By now it would be, that's the next day. So it would have been going flat. We'll see. I still got to do the other 2 tires, but I'll do that off camera. Okay, so the new list will include, now I did all that stuff for really nothing. Just stuff I had laying around other than buying the battery. You know, a little bit of silicone, a little bit of black paint that I had. So I'm happy about that. It didn't really cost me anything. Battery I can always use for another car. That starts right up and I can move it around now. But the next list is going to cost some money. Don't need, but it could use, especially if I try to sell it. Stuff like radiator hoses, heater hoses, fan belts. They're all so old and brittle, I wouldn't trust the car driving very far on it. Stuff like that. Like I said, I should have brought the list. But anyway, there's still, you know, might get these classic emblems. Oh, I'm gonna get these. There's a classic emblem. I'm definitely gonna get these vinyl strips. I'm gonna have to spend $100. Oh shit, that one's missing there. Little end's missing. But yeah, that's kind of bugging me. I don't know them vinyl inserts. So I think I'll spend $100 on it. The stereo. I'm running real low on aftermarket stereos that I could use on this. I know I don't have any for that, but it does light up. It lights up, but there's no speakers in it, so I don't know. I might hook up some speakers, at least to get some noise coming out of there if I decide to drive it. Those little vacuum lines that come from, oh, here they are right here. Ones I showed you under the hood. The rats were under the hood and inside. So whether I should take them off the Malibu or not, see, there's more than 3. There's, what is there, 6 of them. You know, stuff like that. Check all the fuses and everything. Wiper blades. There's just a whole laundry list of other stuff this car could use. But anyway, we got it in a lot better shape than it was. A lot of cheap, easy fixes. And so I think that's it for this video. So like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, bed looks a lot better. Bed, the mirrors, that cheap spray stuff doesn't look too bad. It needs a good wash and wax, but we're gonna do that right before I put it up for sale, which I don't know when yet, guys. So okay, so yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and we will see y'all next video. Still waiting on Art to call back. I'm gonna try to call him again on this. If he don't want the parts, we're gonna have to do something, sell it as is or start parting it out. So I don't know, we'll have some news on that shortly. Nomad videos coming up next. Got new rims and tires, some other stuff too, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.